Why do I always start with these in? Yo, what's up? This is 2 hours. So if you don't know, oh, they probably don't because you never promote anything. Y'all gonna stop coming for my life like this? Yeah. And wait, did you just come out here just to say that? No. But since I'm here, yes. You're a dick. Anyway, me and my co-host Black Charlie Brown have been tearing apart these two new comic book lines. Children of the Atom, trash, and the new Warriors, trash. But I did not know there was actually a trailer for them. I never knew. Shout out Tony Baby, hilarious. Anyway, so first one we're gonna react to is the new Warriors. Oh, so they made a superhero team based off of ATL? The new Warriors, not the new Warriors. Are you fucking dumb? We can start off by seeing that. Holy hell. Wow. 226,000 dislikes and 4,600 likes. Oh my gosh. Let's see if this trailer further validates my disdain for this concept and these characters. Continue. And voila, whatever. Just we're watching now.
My name is Daniel Kibblesmith, and I am the writer of New Warriors #1. I got interested in the New Warriors later. I remember seeing them on the shelf when I was a kid, picking up comics in the 90s, and just feeling like they were too cool for me. Like I was intimidated by, Night Thrasher who had a blade coming out of his wrist. Nova was really buff. They were all the edgy characters for the 90s, as the cover said. New Warriors, I thought, were really interesting characters because they occupy this.
Wait. So, okay, again, because some backstories that so the New Warriors are edgy for the 90s, but the new Warriors supposed to be. I hope he's not saying they're edgy for this generation, because this, if anything, this is cringy for this generation, because all these names and you know what, the names will be relevant a good 3-4 years ago. 3-4 years ago, the names would have been at least the one I'm thinking about. Anyway, let's actually get into the video, see what his mindset was in writing on this. Okay, let's see.
Really cool space. They're forever young, but they've now been around for 30 years. My editors on the previous books I'd done, like Loki and Black Panther versus Deadpool, asked if I'd be interested in doing a New Warriors tie-in.
So he actually has some
poses
good
them as the authority figures in this conflict instead of the rebels, and I really liked the tension of that. So because the New Warriors are the authority figures in this story, they have to be mentoring new Warriors who are under 21 and
I hate all of you. I'm sorry, I don't like any of them. I don't. I'm sorry, I just don't. I just don't. It's potential, but I just initially, I don't like you. I don't like y'all at all.
Subject to the laws that triggered the outlawed event.
I don't know why I got triggered by this thing.
Is making it illegal to be a vigilante under the age of 21. The artist on New Warriors #1 is Luciano Vecchio. He designed all of the new Warriors and gave them costumes that felt as modern as the New Warriors.
That make them feel as modern as the new. There's nothing modern about it. Like, there's nothing. I just realized Homeboy has a Wi-Fi signal on his chest. On his fucking chest. That's funny. Anyway, let's get back to it.
Costumes sort of feel classic and instantly familiar. So the first character that we're introduced to is Trailblazer. She's a group home and foster kid who is volunteering at a senior center when this mysterious threat shows up and Night Thrasher runs to the rescue. And because she helps him, she ends up in the crosshairs of this new outlawed law. And she inherited from her grandfather a magic backpack of divine origin. We picked
from divine origin. Oh my gosh. Okay. I just don't like these characters. Okay. Listen to what he has to say. He might be able to elaborate on something that you didn't think about before. He might be able to elaborate. You never know. You never know. Let's go.
the name Trailblazer because she's somebody who charges into action. She knows that she can do some good with this, mysterious gift that she's been given. Screen time is a...
Wait, that's it? That's it? That's it? Literally, there's nothing different from that in the publication we read. Okay, so... Again, Native American Dora the fucking Explorer. That's it.
Internet kid.
Look, firstly, I'm sorry to pause again. But screen time, fuck this character, okay? Fuck his backstory. That's all. Look, fuck his backstory, okay? This shit is what the And if you don't understand my unbridled my suppressed rage right now, I want him to explain his backstory, and then I'm gonna pause and give you a few seconds to think about it and think about your life as to whether or not that fucking makes sense. Let's go.
Taken to its sort of logical conclusion. As a youth, he was exposed to his grandfather's experimental internet gas.
Hold on. If y'all don't hear the problem here, if y'all don't understand the issue that I have here with this, let me rewind it back for those in the background. Okay.
Screen time is a
listen.
taken to its sort of logical conclusion. As a youth, he was exposed to his grandfather's experimental internet gas.
What in the hell is internet gas? What is that? That doesn't exist. What is that? What the hell look, maybe he gets, okay, I'm really trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. Let me at least try to, okay, so maybe I'm gonna allow them to try to explain what the fuck internet gas might even be. Because if he doesn't explain it, I'm gonna be just as mad, I'm gonna be even more pissed, because he had an opportunity to explain it, but he didn't say shit. Okay, here we go.
And that has patched him permanently into the World Wide Web. The word screen time is only ever used in a sort of restrictive sense. And because we're doing a story about teenage rebels, a lot of the names are about teens fighting against labels that are put on them. So with screen time, we liked the idea that he has infinite screen time. Snowflake and Safe...
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Just like he doesn't explain what the fuck internet gas is. He doesn't explain it in the slightest. And I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. I'm laughing because I'm just like, this is so fucking stupid. Why? Why is this what you choose to do? You worked on great characters. What is the purpose of this? Why is this his backstory? Are you the writer and the creator? Are you the writer of his backstory? If so, you're doing a horrible fucking job. And no, in case you think I'm not playing this up for the camera. I just genuinely don't like these characters. These backstories are ass. These backstories are garbage. Hoosa, 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 hoosa. I'm so upset. I just did all that for nothing. I'm so upset. Let's hear about Snowflake and Safe Space. Or should I say Pop and Bubble?
Space are the twins, and their names are very similar to screen time. It's this idea that these are terms that get thrown around on the internet that they don't see as derogatory, to take those words and kind of wear them as badges of honor. Safe space is kind of a big...
Okay, that I can get, that I understand. What the fuck is that? That nigga do construction, nigga? It's a fucking pandemic. Go inside. Look, I respect the names of the characters and all that and all this. That's great. That's fine. That is dandy. But if only this was 2016, would this be a lot more relevant and a lot more like, oh yeah, this definitely fits now, especially with what's going on. What you have to understand is that, like, from my point of view, from my understanding, culture and internet culture and things that we talk about and we do has shifted so fast and so much since, like, let's say 2015, 2016. Like, there's a whole bunch of shit that has came and left within months. As opposed to, let's say, like, the New Warriors in the 90s, to where, like, it took a lot longer for a culture or things to shift. Because it had to be word of mouth, it had to be publicized, like, on main stations. Like, because we're in the internet, because everything moves so fast, things come and go in days and weeks and months. It's rare when things last for a few years. It's rare when things last a year. Even though there are still a lot of people who say it, a lot of people don't care about it as much as they did maybe back in 2016, 2017. That's the thing about it. It's because of the time shift and how far removed we really are from everybody hearing the word snowflake. Like, if anything, snowflake has really just been a term that's like, yeah, it's still used. I'm just like, nobody really cares about it. At least in my opinion, I know I don't care about it. And at first I'm like, oh snap, snowflake, what is that? But I realized from context clues that it just means somebody who saw it. I'm just like, it's been at least a good 3-4 years since that really been thrown around. And I'm just like, at this point it's irrelevant. At this point nobody cares about it. But enough of me and my rant. Let's hear about Safe Space and Snowflake for those of you who don't know anything about the new Warriors. And I apologize for the rant, but if anything, no, never mind my thoughts anymore. Let's just get back to the vid. Let's go.
Burly, sort of stereotypical jock. He
He's
can create
not
force
burly
fields,
at
but
all.
he can only trigger them if he's protecting somebody else. Snowflake is non-binary.
Okay, question. I hope from that he does not mean that he is only able to conjure it in near-death experiences or like when somebody's attacking. I hope he just means that he's able to conjure it for somebody else, but he can't be inside of it. Because I remember from the publication, that's what they were saying, that he can't be inside the bubble that he makes. Snowflake.
Binary and goes by they, them. Snowflake has the power to generate individual crystallized snowflake-shaped shurikens. The connotations of the word snowflake in our culture right now are something...
I'm gonna let it finish down, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm upset.
Fragile. And this is a character who is turning it into something sharp. Snowflake is the person who has the more offensive power, and Safe Space is the person who has the more defensive power. The idea was that they would mirror each other and complement each other. E negative is...
So, no more elaboration on the power. That's it? Please don't tell me that's it. Please tell me that's just like something please tell me this is something that they do just specifically because of the name and because of the connotation of the name. I get the concept. Concept's good. Concept's cool. I get it. But if you're gonna do it, at least make it to where the fucking character backstory is good. Because if your backstory is not good, nobody's gonna care about a new character. Nobody's gonna give a fuck about a new character. Your backstory is trash. And all these backstories are fucking trash. But again, I get the concept of Snowflake. If the whole thing with the snowflake shaped, ice shurikens essentially. If snowflake shaped shurikens or shuriken shaped snowflakes, whatever it is, whichever way it is. Hopefully that's only just one of the manifestations that that they can make. Because if that's the only manifestation that they can make, then this character is officially garbage. At least let them be a cryomancer or something like that. Like, somebody is able to make ice. Like, make ice into various objects or things. But they just really like to use that because that's just a mainstay in their name, or like because of the connotations that's held around it. Like, again, I get the concept, cool, but execution, trash, horrible. Especially with the powers just seem like they're fucking garbage. Anyway, let's see about be negative. Because I don't like to be negative, but I have to when these characters are fucking garbage.
Is the goth kid. When he was a baby, he got a rogue life-saving blood transfusion, we assume from Michael Morbius. And now he has a very similar...
We assume from I'm sorry, I wasn't even looking. What the fuck was I looking at? I was looking at the light. We assume from Michael Morbius. We don't know. We're not gonna let you know. But I really wish you did let us know, because everything else so far has been absolute dog shit. Dog shit. Dog feces. And yes, my teeth are not the best, and I don't care. But it's all been dog feces. Okay? Let's go.
Similar look and very similar vampire powers. B negative also is obviously a pun. It's a blood type, which is great for a vampire character. And it's also a proud ownership of the idea of having a bad attitude. I want the people who read our New Warriors to feel all of the excitement that they felt if they read the 90s one. We want it to have big, colorful characters, personality clashes, romance, a diverse cast, which is something that the New Warriors titles have always strived to make a priority. Every New Warriors comic.
My thing is, you're trying too hard to make them diverse, but you're not trying hard enough to make them good characters. Or at least the backstory. All I'm seeing from these backstories are just paper-thin characters who are trying to look cool because you're trying to emulate something that happened at a previous time. If you want to have characters that are edgy, and if anything, edgy now has really just been like, edgy has been cringy. It's just they're trying too hard to replicate something that was good for a time. It sounds like they're more so trying to replicate the feeling of the original New Warriors, as opposed to creating a new set of New Warriors that are actually good, not only for the time, but to be able to sustain past that time. I really don't see the longevity with this unless they retcon their backstories, do something with it, and do something with their powers. So we don't know whatever Screensaver is doing. We don't know his powers. From this video, we don't know his powers. But all I'm saying is that they're really trying to replicate a feeling from the past. I get you want to replicate it, but the reason why they were so good is because they weren't trying to emulate something else. They were trying to be their own individual thing. If you want to do a continuation, that's fine. That's something different. And even so, this is a continuation, but you're still trying to emulate something as opposed to making something new. You're trying to emulate the feeling of them being too cool, or them being real edgy. Whenever you try to be too cool, you're never cool. Whenever you try too hard, it's always seen. Everybody can see it and everybody knows it. That's probably the reason why his character backstories are trash. I get the names and the concept, but it seems like y'all focus more on the names and the concepts as opposed to the characters and the backstories. And the powers. I will say that too, and the powers. Okay? Okay? Look, let's just finish this video off. So that way I can give my other 20 minutes of commentary. Probably, I doubt it. I'm probably not going to do that. I doubt I have that much left in me. But still, pause. No, you're good. No pause. Anyway, so let's just finish off this video.
Warriors titles have always strived to make a priority. Every New Warriors comic has always felt like a reflection of the year that it came out. And I don't think we're worried about being dated. I think we're...
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I'm gonna need you to repeat that again because that was hilarious. Wait, wait, repeat that again.
Priority. Every New Warriors comic has always felt like a reflection of the year that it came out. And I don't think we're worried about being dated.
That is the funniest shit you have ever said in your life. That is hilarious. That is I don't think we need to be worried about feeling dated. That's so funny. Because it's already outdated at its conception. That's why this shit is so funny to me. Like, yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's funny. Oh, you're a funny man. I tell you, Mr. Kibblesmith, you are a funny man. A funny man. I expect to see a lot of comedy from these lines of books. God, that was...
I think we're way more interested about it being now.
For fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. More interested in it being now. You're already behind. You're already behind the curve. Oh my gosh. You're so far fucking behind the curve, it hurts. What even the fuck is this, man? Damn. You don't want to seem outdated, yet you are outdated from the very point of making these characters, of announcing these characters. These characters were dated. The only characters that aren't dated are fucking Trailblazer and B Negative. That's it. Screen time, dated. Who the fuck talks about screen time anymore? Like the actual term screen time. Safe space. Cool, I guess. Snowflake, dated. Like, it's just so... I want tension. Me, give me tension. I'm cool. I'm hip. I'm relevant. I'm now. This happens now. That's what this whole thing feels like. I'm sorry. This depleted me. I know I can't feel that. I know I can't be the only one that feels this ire and this pain and this disdain for this. So let's go to the comments, which I'm sure should just be hilarious. Family Heaven, don't make me come down there, you punk. That's the reason Tony Stark wanted to die. That makes sense now. It makes sense now. It does. It makes... Yo, I love YouTube comments, yo. Oh wait, no, wait. Let's see this. Let's see this. This is gonna be good. Look. Next up, the main villains: Richard the Republican, Neil the Nazi. The white man. B negative's arch enemy, HIV positive, and the overlord himself, Orange Man. I love it. I love it so much. I love it. Oh, I love YouTube comments. Also, I agree with this. This isn't diversity. This is a mockery. That's another thing too. It's another thing too. I'm so glad I read that comment. I'm so glad I read that comment. Because, again, like we discussed on the podcast, I'm telling you, you really need to watch that episode. Because we thought of some bomb ideas of how they have potential to actually be something great. Another thing, too. They are trying too hard to be diverse. The fact that Snowflake is non-binary. I'm really remembering the publication. I'm basing it off of that. Again, if you want to go more in depth, if you want to hear me talk about this more in depth, please go to the podcast. Link in the description below. The fact that Snowflake is non-binary should not really be a focal point, like, at all. It really shouldn't, like, whatsoever. That should be something that just happens to be a part of the character. Like, at the same time, like, no offense. Let's say we had a gay character, right? The fact that he's gay should not be the focal point of the character. Let me explain. What I mean is, you have to have a great character first. Baseline, you have to have a great character. A character is good, people will like it and gravitate towards it. The character just so happens to be gay too, that's cool. That's dope. Diversity. That's a better way to be accepted. That's fine. That's cool. Because that's just a great character. The fact that their preference is different from the mass populations, or the fact that their preference is different from what we usually see, that should not be a focal selling point of the character. That should just be one of the many facets of the character that makes the character interesting. It shouldn't be like, oh yeah, he has blasters that shoots out of his face, and he's also gay. No. He should be a great character, be built upon a good backstory, and if he just so happens to be gay, okay, that's fine. That could be mentioned, but that shouldn't be a selling point. That's one thing that's annoying, is that's kind of like a selling point to show the diversity. That's annoying. Again, like, it just really gets me how they really try to sell like something different as diversity. It's not the case. Diversity is showing the humanity of people, and they just so happen to also be a part of something else. They just so happen to be gay. They just so happen to be non-binary. They just so happen to be transgender. They just so happen to be something. Okay? It's not... Making that like a focal point is one of the worst things you can do if you're trying to include diversity. That's one of the worst things you can do. But who am I? I'm just a guy. Hey, what's up? I was editing the video and I wanted to further elaborate. Make them being like non-binary a focal point. All you essentially do is just prop up essentially what they identify as opposed to propping up the person. All you're doing is putting that on a pedestal, and then now whatever the person does, now everything is reverted back to them being non-binary or them being of a different sexual preference. It's more so that you're propping up what they identify as opposed to who they are. You know what I mean? That'll be like me trying to prop up the fact that this hero is a female as opposed to this hero being a great hero. You know? That's just another 2 cents I had on it. So yeah. But you know, we're on the internet, so everybody, just like everybody has assholes, everybody has an opinion. So if anything, let's get to the other video. Is what we will do in part 2. Sorry, but this video was long, and if I put it all together, it would have been a lot longer. But yeah, so expect to see that soon, and I'm gonna catch y'all. If you're still here at this point, just, you know, watch this video or watch this playlist. Watch one, watch the other. Come on now. You know you want to. Also subscribe, you know? And if you already subscribed, appreciate you. I appreciate you. Now like it. Tell me what I did right. Tell me what you disagree with. Share it with your friends. Do something. You know, like just help your boy out. I appreciate it. Alright, this is 2 Eyes. And I'm gonna see y'all Later.